Hey guys, it's your old pal David or G320 or whatever the fuck you want to call me. It's time for another YouTube live stream yet again. Alright, so as usual, for the first hour or so of this stream, we're going to be doing our usual routine where you guys bounce questions off of me. I probably bounce two or three or however many I have off of you. And, then after that, we're going to be, I'm going to choose a video game to play, and I actually thought of what I wanted to play before this live stream ever began. Like much earlier on in the day, I knew exactly what game I wanted to play, so that's a rare occasion for me to know exactly what I want to play before the live stream even begins, because usually you guys help me figure it out. But yeah, anyway, hopefully we get some viewers. Hello there, Corbin, my good friend. Good to see you in the stream, my man. Thank you, as always, very, very much for coming along. Now, some of you might have noticed that my setup is a bit different today. You don't see the lamp that I usually have in the corner of my room there, and the reason you don't see it over there is because I actually moved it to the side of me. It's like just a few inches away from where you see my hand is right here. It's out of the shot, obviously, and the reason I moved it is to help improve the lighting a little bit, and in my opinion, it has improved a great deal from the way it usually is in my other streams. So I hope you guys also agree that the lighting looks better in this stream. If not, I could always change it back. Up to you guys. I saw your question, Corbin Petty. Don't worry, I'm going to get to it. I just want to really quickly send a link to this stream to my girlfriend real quick, and then also put the link to the stream on my Facebook so that other people can tune in if they so please. Okay, Corbin. So you asked me what's better, Family Guy or South Park? And in all honesty, I'm going to have to go with South Park. Just because, you see, I was never really a fan of either show, to be perfectly honest with you. What I always thought about Family Guy was that the first season of it was a very, very funny and entertaining cartoon. Pretty much every season after that, it just seemed to devolve into this to just being as mean-spirited and as lowbrow as possible in its humor. And the humor, I think, suffered a great deal as a result of that creative decision, because in the later seasons of the show, a lot of the jokes just seemed to be very hit or miss. That was what Family Guy was to me after season 1. Just very hit or miss with the jokes. And unfortunately, as the show went on, it got even worse, and past season 9, it just became really, really bad. And Family Guy, it's like a shell of the show it once was nowadays, and I just wish it would go away, to be honest. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on Family Guy. South Park has always been very hit or miss for me as well, although there are a few seasons, like season 12, that have at least at least 3/4 of the seasons of the episodes in that season make me just laugh my ass off, because that was just there's just some seasons of the show where they just seem to get all their all their shit together just right with the humor and everything, and come up with interesting premises for each episode, and just do a very, very good job overall. But unfortunately, that just isn't the case with every season, and especially with the most recent seasons. Yeah, South Park has been very lacking, unfortunately, in its later seasons, and it's getting to be about that point where it's making you wonder, should it be, if it's time for the guys Trey Parker and Matt Stone to finally hang it up after all these years. Hey, Brick Films, thanks for coming along for the ride, as always. You asked me what it is. This is just a stream, man, if that's what you mean. Right now we're just kind of casually hanging out, and I was just answering a question from Corbin Petty a moment ago regarding Family Guy and South Park. Hello, Charlene. Thanks for coming to support me, babe. As always. Oh, that's fine, Charlene. You gotta do what you gotta do. If it makes you a little bit late to my stream by a few minutes, so be it. Yes, King Raikou, I am streaming again already. I try to stream every Monday, every Wednesday, and every Friday of the week. So yeah, that's my streaming schedule as of late, that I've kind of sort of figured out in recent months. So yeah. And Corbin Petty, right after King Raikou said streaming again already, Corbin goes, I know, right? This is bananas. Anyway, King Raikou asks, how are you this evening, David? I am very well, thank you. I just filmed a couple of... I haven't really done a whole lot today. I did go out and get a haircut at one point, so now my hair doesn't look anywhere near as shaggy as it did before, so that's a good thing. Also, I filmed a couple of song covers by The Who. Well, covered a couple of songs by The Who that I recorded and I put on Facebook, and tomorrow and the day after, you guys are going to be able to see those too. It's just I'm uploading the song covers to YouTube incrementally nowadays, because I think that's a better way of sharing them with the world, with the general public of the internet, I mean. Anyway, King Raikou, did you ever find out about the run button in World of Illusion? Embarrassed to say I did not. But, you know what? It was still a fun ride anyway, streaming that game. But now that I know that there's a run button, I can look for it next time, so thank you for making me aware of its existence. Brick Film says, actually, when I commented what it is, I was basically asking you in a street lingo, how are you? Oh, okay. I am doing well, thank you. I know you always thought I was handsome, Charlene, but, you know, at a certain point, my hair just doesn't look very, very good when it starts to get really bushy. I think we both can agree on that, right? But I don't like it when it's too short either. Like, any shorter than this on me, I think it just looks weird, to be perfectly honest. Anyway, King Raikou says, I deposited some checks today. Well, good for you, man. I'm glad to hear that. You know, as the meme goes, we've got to have money. Interesting how that meme came from Tom and Jerry the movie of all things, especially considering how horrible that movie is, or how many people think it's horrible. I never watched the whole thing front to back, so yeah. Uh, Brick Films 1954 says, so I saw Eraserhead today and found it to be rather dull. I mean, I thought it was going to be like a surrealist trip, but instead it was just kind of boring and dragged on for way too long. Yeah, it's kind of what my dad said, told me that's what he thought of that movie after he watched it. I never watched it myself. The only real David Lynch movie I think I've seen front to back is Mulholland Drive. And as much as I really enjoyed that, a lot of that movie's like scenes and whatnot, it's one of those movies that has plenty of really great and engaging and entertaining scenes in it. But at the end of it all, it doesn't really add up to anything. Like, there's no resolve at the end of it all. You think all these things that are happening in the film are going to add up to something, but in the end they really don't add up to anything. And it's completely open to interpretation as to what it all means. It's like there's a mystery that this movie's creating, and it never bothers to solve it. And after, maybe it's one of those films that requires a second viewing to fully appreciate, but as for me, it's like the first time after I saw that movie and the very last scene before the credits rolled, I remember just being so pissed off. I felt like I sat there for 2 hours for absolutely nothing. I was just like, David Lynch, if you are going to make a movie, you need to have some kind of payoff, or have all the things that are happening in the script add up to something in the end. Don't just throw a bunch of random nonsense at the screen and call it a movie. That was what I said. Hi, Cawmaster. Many thanks as always for coming to the stream, and welcome. King Raikou asks, is there a movie that is an all-time guilty pleasure for you? Well, I can think of a very good example of a movie like that, King Raikou, and that would be Batman and Robin from, I believe, 1997. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, guys, but I believe it came out in 1997. And yes, it's the same one that has George Clooney playing Batman and Arnold Schwarzenegger playing Mr. Freeze and all that, guys. But yeah, it's as much as that, as poorly done as that movie is, it's one of those movies that I can't watch 2 minutes of without bursting into a hysterical fit of laughter because of how silly and stupid it is. It's it's like, I don't care how bad it is, how blasphemous it is to the characters of Batman and Robin. Guys, that movie is fucking funny. It's like, if you don't find any of that, if you can sit through that movie without smiling at all, it's like, I think you need to see a doctor if that's the case with you. King Raikou says, my guilty pleasure is the Super Mario Brothers film from 1993. Oh, yeah. With Bob Hoskins and uh, John, John Leguizamo. I have no idea how to pronounce his last name, but I totally know what you're talking about. And yeah, I've never watched that one front to back before, but I've definitely seen more than my fair share of that movie to know it sucks. But I could definitely understand why it's a guilty pleasure for you, man. It's another one of those movies, just the same way Batman and Robin is. It's so bad. It's so stupid and silly that you have to laugh at it. You'll get past your writer's block, Charlene. It just takes time. Oh, you bought a vape finally, huh, Master? Says, I bought some Haribrow flavor juice, and I have to say it's actually quite refreshing. Yep, dude, just like me and Charlene told you, vaping is cool as shit. I highly recommend it for anybody who's looking for a nice little hobby to get into you know, that's very, very relaxing and, doesn't, well, doesn't require spending massive amounts of money. Brick Films 1954 says, only film I can say that I legitimately enjoy that can be considered a guilty pleasure of mine would be Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I've heard of that movie for sure, man. It's just I have never taken it upon myself to watch it front to back before. I've heard plenty of good things about it though. I hear it's a funny movie and I definitely do want to get around to watching it sometime. I'll give it a chance, guys. Okay. My back is beginning to talk shit, so I'm just going to adjust my position very briefly here, guys. Told you there was a lot of flavors out there, dude. Master, that is. I was addressing. Oh, King Raikou asked, what game do you have in mind for tonight? Well, I could tell you, man, but I kind of want it to be a surprise because you know, the suspense is... I definitely like the idea of, you know, surprising you all with it a little more than just telling you right out of the gate what you're going to get and expecting that game when I fire it up and everything. So yeah, guys, just hang in there and eventually you will see what game I am streaming for tonight. I even have it downloaded and ready to go, so you don't even have to wait for me to download it from Emu Paradise. Excuse me. Oh, King Raikou asked, what is vaping? Well, it is the phenomenon from, of, you know, basically it's taking a hit off of a electronic cigarette. You know what an electronic cigarette is, I presume. You put the juices in them and... you know, you breathe in the kind of aroma or whatever it makes. Yeah, that's what it is. It's water vapor. Thank you, Charlene, for reminding me. It burns, basically the electronic cigarettes, they burn the juices and it creates water vapor that you breathe into your lungs and then breathe out. Like I said, it's actually pretty fun and relaxing. King Raikou asked, did you pull any April Fool's Day jokes? The honest to God answer is no, I did not. I'm just not that kind of a guy, man. I was never really much for pranks and whatnot. I mean, I'm the kind of guy who would much rather watch a YouTube video of some people pulling a prank on somebody else than try to be the prankster myself, if that makes sense. It's just not really how I roll, man. Don't worry, Brick Films, I banned the idiot. Well, thank you for your return, Brick Films. It's great to hear that your phone battery dying didn't stop you from missing out on the rest of the stream. Any other questions, guys? Like I always say, I'm a totally open book as far as questions go, as long as it's nothing stupid like dick size or anything like that. Ask me anything gaming related, movie related, music related, or life related if you wish. Yeah, I don't know, Charlene. I would think if it was that guy, then he would have tried coming back under multiple accounts and, just really started harassing me and not wanting to leave me alone. But, yeah, just, so far he hasn't tried to come back. King Raikou asks, would you rather watch... Richard Waterhouse? What? Hello, Sebastian. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for showing up, by the way. Also, sorry, King Raikou, I got distracted for a moment there. Anyway, to answer your question, I would definitely rather watch the Hobbit trilogy, for sure. The Star Wars prequels, I mean, I don't hate The Phantom Menace, and Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, is actually a great movie, but just because of how, lame Episode 2 is, yeah, I'd much rather stick with the Hobbit movies, thank you. Sorry about that, man, I didn't mean to skip your question. Gov Amen. Hey, dude, I haven't seen you in like forever, man. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for showing up. And to answer your question, I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? Oh, good name for it, Brick Films. Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Snores, for sure. For sure. Oh, Charlene's asking me how much longer it's going to be until I cover, until I do record my cover of the song Epitaph by King Crimson. Definitely going to be very soon, babe. I'm thinking sometime early next week or something like that. I'm thinking probably Monday or Tuesday next week. I'd do it earlier if not for the fact that, you know, I try not to practice guitar and singing like every single day just because, you know, if you do it every day, then you risk damaging your voice, which is something that happened to me a long time ago and I don't wish to have happen again. So, yeah. Oh, that's cool, man, to hear that you've been working overtime, Gov. I mean, you gotta make that money somehow, man. We've got to have money. Sorry, guys. I couldn't resist doing that again. King Raikou says Anakin Skywalker was so lucky that Padme had this outlandish taste in men. Really? Was it that outlandish? I mean, I could kind of understand why Padme was attracted to him. I mean, Hayden Christensen is not a bad looking guy by any means. I would never say he was ugly. Well, thank you, Gov, for saying that you love watching me stream. I love having you in the chat as a participant. So yeah. Anyway, guys, we're going to chill out for about 20 more minutes, and then I'm going to get the emulator fired up and play the video game that I have in mind for you all. Oh, you know how I said in my last few streams how I was wondering why my friend the 80s Revolution here on YouTube hasn't been checking into my streams, hasn't been popping into my streams the last several times I've streamed here on YouTube. I found it out that he hasn't been online as much lately because he hurt his back. He injured himself. He's got a couple of herniated discs in there that are acting up, so that's the reason we haven't been seeing much of him lately, just so you guys know. Just, you know, keep him in your thoughts and prayers if you would. If you believe in prayer, that is. I know me and Charlene do. I just don't know about the rest of you guys. Glad to hear it, Gov. I'm glad to hear that. Anyway, guys, really quick, I'm just going to refill my water glass. I will be back before you know it. Don't go anywhere while I am gone. Otherwise, my goons are gonna come after ya. Okay, enough kidding around. I will be back. Stay tuned. I am back, everybody. Look who's back in the fucking house. Rarely is my answer to that, Gov Eamon. He was asking me if I still play GTA 5, and unfortunately I just haven't really been playing much of anything lately because of how hard I've been working at trying to promote myself as a local musician and try and score, you know, opportunities to make money doing that. So yeah, I haven't really been playing too many video games lately apart from what you guys are seeing me play on like the streams and such, which is only for like, you know, half an hour at a time. So yeah. Ugh. Commaster 98 with his whole making a reference to his whole inside joke. You should know by now that I'm not scared of Mike Oons. Don't you mean Mike Coons and McHunt? Gov Eamon, did you ever play it on current gen? Not the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4, no. I only ever played it on 360. That's exactly how I see it as well, Charlene. Thank you for believing in me, baby. My Commaster 98 says my son found a shiny Ladybug and I laughed my ass off when he complained Ladybug sucked. And I said to him, back in my day, not only were shinies really rare, but Ladybug was awesome. You're so old, Dad, were his exact words. I'm I am so sorry, dude, but I have no idea what you're talking about. Lettyba. I mean, is that a... What is that exactly? I didn't know you were a father, Calm Master. That's interesting. Oh, Lettyba is a ladybug Pokemon. King Raikou just informed me. Thank you. Thank you for educating my my ignorant mind. Pokemon Red and Blue were great games for what they were. It's just, you know, they I feel like for a little while there the formula started to lose steam, but in recent years when they came out with like Pokemon X and Y and whatnot, it seemed like they were making an effort to really try and keep changing things up and, you know, well, change things up just enough to keep the formula, although still very much the same, still fun and engaging to play. So that's cool. But I think I think most of us can agree that the first and second generations of Pokemon were, you know, that was where all the coolest Pokemon were. It's like the more recent generations, there have been some really cool and interesting Pokemons in those. One of the coolest I remember is from, you know, the first version of Pokemon Black that had Zekrom in it. Oh my god, he was a fucking badass. But anyway, yeah, I mean, there's just nowhere near as many cool Pokemon as what there used to be. Wait, Calm Master, you're the same age as Charlene is? Wow, I mean, it's funny because I never would have guessed that from before. I thought you were like maybe 30 at the youngest. Charlene's 42, by the way, in case you guys don't remember. Basically, Brick Films, I've always kind of liked the Pokemon video games, but not so much the anime. The biggest problem with the anime, it just never fucking ends. They just keep dragging out the story of Ash and, you know, the trainers that he meets and, you know, the Pokemon battles that ensue later on. And, you know, it's just, it just goes on and on and on, and there's only so many times there's only so much you can do to, you know, keep a story going behind a certain character before it's just like, okay, this character's run its course, put it to rest, will ya? You know, so I never really bothered too much with the anime. So Cawmaster is 44. Interesting. That's only 2 years older than Charlene and only 3 or 4 years older than my counselor. Well, in any case, it's great to know that I have some fans that are, you know, that are, you know, a couple of decades older that, like and enjoy a lot of the same things that I do. Because, makes me feel like, being the age I am now and liking a lot of things that, are considered like kid stuff, like some of the Pokemon games and Power Rangers isn't such a bad thing. In fact, it's not a bad thing at all. Yes, Charlene, you know I love you. Absolutely, I do. I don't know too many people that did actually pay attention to the Sun and Moon seasons of the Pokemon anime King Raikou. Be perfectly honest with you. I agree with that, Brick Films, about Pokemon being an ageless franchise and anybody being able to. Anybody really between the ages of 1 and 100 years old being able to find enjoyment in it. It's just I tend to stay away from the anime because it's ridiculously repetitive. Well, that's something to be proud of, Master, that you and your wife have been together, have been married 20 years, and having 3 children to show for it and everything. You know, it's a testament that you guys have. It's a symbol that you guys have stood the test of time. And that's an amazing thing, especially in this generation, because it seems like nowadays there's more, relationships breaking apart and divorces happening than there ever was before. I mean, it's like heartbreak city out there in the world today. I know, right? Brick Films, that's exactly what it is. He says the anime never goes anywhere. I mean, Ash would be much older now, and yet he is still a kid. If they, tell you what, man, if they made a Pokemon season of the anime in which Ash was like, you know, 30 or 40 or 35 years old, then I might be interested in watching that just to see, how things would be changed up with him being an older character and whatnot. But I doubt that they would do anything like that. Gov Ammon says, have you ever been to Vegas? Can't say I have, man. I haven't exactly done very much traveling in my life, even though I'm 23. Really, the only places that I've stayed at out of state for extended periods of time are Virginia, because I have relatives who live there, and Tennessee once. If there's any place I've always wanted to travel in my life, and the place that's definitely on my bucket list to stay for a vacation there before I die, obviously being on the bucket list, it would be the Bahamas for sure. I've always wanted to go there. It's just, that hasn't happened yet because it's fucking crazy expensive, and you know I need to start making some decent money before I can start saving for that. So yeah. Sorry, Commaster. The answer to that question, honestly, is no. I do not watch The Walking Dead. And the reason I don't watch it is simply because I never really liked the show, honestly. I thought it was. I think it's entirely too focused on the characters on the human characters, and not enough on the zombie action. And, that's kind of what makes zombie shows and zombie movies so entertaining to me, is the action of seeing zombies get their heads blown off, and zombies biting into human flesh and ripping out giant chunks of it in their teeth. It's, there's just not nearly enough of that in The Walking Dead, or at least in the seasons of it or episodes of it that I watch, to say so. I would rather watch any of the George A. Romero Dead movies than The Walking Dead. So yeah. They killed off another black character, and now there's only one leading black female on the show now. Oh. Well, as long as the radical left don't jump down their throats and start calling them racist for it or anything ridiculous like that. One of the few times I've mentioned politics on my stream, during my streams. I don't usually like to do it, so I think I'm going to get off of that subject right about now. Yeah. Thank you, King Raikou. It's just so nice to see somebody else who has pretty much that exact same opinion as of that show as I do. He just said in the chat, The Walking Dead is a strange show that I could never get into. That's pretty much exactly my thoughts on it, guys. I mean, if you like it, that's great. More power to you. If anything, I envy you, because it's like I wish I could see why that, you know, what's so great about the show, but I just don't. I'm just saying, I'm not bashing anybody for enjoying the show. Anyway, guys, it's getting to be about that time for me to fire up the emulator and get the game that I want to play for you guys going. So, if you just give me a quick moment to get set up here, I will do that. Can you guys hear me okay? I've got the mic just a fair few inches away from my mouth, so that's the only reason I ask. Okay, guys. Here's the game. Well, damn, is it gonna make me... it's gonna make me have to restart, like, close the emulator and reopen it. Fuck. Sorry, guys, I gotta shut it off for just a second. Sorry, I hate it when it does this shit. Okay, Master, see you when you get back. Enjoy your grub, man. Oops. Fuck. There we go. Shinobi! What? I'm telling it to start. Why is it not starting? And now it doesn't want to detect my gamepad. Hang on a sec, guys. Oh, wait. I'm guessing maybe since it's a Master System ROM, it's having issues with the emulators having issues with the controller. That's the best I can figure, guys. I'm gonna try Brick Film's suggestion. Try starting the emulator with admin privileges. I guess, sorry guys, I guess this is what happens when you don't test your shit before you stream it, because I didn't do that. Oh, damn it. Guess I gotta use the keyboard. Okay, guys. As long as this works, we're still in business. It's just gonna be more of a pain. It's a wireless controller, Brick Films, but I suppose I could try, you know, mapping it so I could, or not mapping it, plugging it into a different USB port. Keyboard's working okay, though, guys. To be honest, it's just more cumbersome than using the gamepad, but I can deal with it. King Raikou asked me, so why Shinobi? Best answer I can think of to that question, dude, because it's a game, and it is made of awesome. You little motherfuckers. Okay. Once I get used to the feeling of the keyboard, guys, I'll start doing a lot better at this game, trust me. Hello there, Ms. Curly Hair. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, Brick Films is right. I am using an emulator to play this, so it's not a new game or anything, but rather a classic from way back when that I love. Harder to play it with a keyboard for sure, guys, but definitely not impossible. It's more difficult than I remember as well, guys. Hey, look at that. I made it that far. Ooh. What? Wait, did the emulator freeze or something? Why is it not moving? Okay. Had to hit start. No, King Raikou, this is on Kega Fusion. This is emulating the Master System version of the game. Oh shit. Forgot about those blue motherfuckers. Definitely, man. Oh shit, no. I died. This is amazing for an 8-bit console that this... considering that this was done on an 8-bit console. Because you're absolutely like, right. Brick Films, this music and everything, even the graphics look 16-bit. Oh shit. Oh damn, man. I gotta see, is it game over for me or do I have one more life? Damn it, he just wiped out half my health. God, these things are hard to dodge. Shit. Fuck! Oh, man. This game is like kicking my ass, guys. I am definitely going to try plugging the controller into a different USB port now, just to see what that does. Let's try it now. Nope, still nothing. I could always download the arcade version and play it on MAME, but that's up to you guys whether you want to see that or not. If you want, I can try that. If not, I can just keep at it trying to master the Master System version of the game. Okay, Brick Films wants me to try the MAME version, the original arcade. How many of the rest of you think how many of the rest of you would like to see that as well? Or how many of the rest of you would just like to see me try to play this version? I have not played too many Master System games, King Raikou, to answer your question. Arcade? Okay, guys. Shinobi MAME ROM. Downloading the ROM right now, guys. Now that that's in there. Okay, guys, just give me a second to configure the controls. Or maybe I don't even have to. Everything looks like it might work just fine. Oh, player 1 start needs to be that button. No. There we go. Why does it keep putting in infinite credits? I have no idea, guys. But as long as the game plays, I guess it's not a big issue. Okay, here we go, guys. Hey, this is working a lot better. Yep, this is definitely a lot more fluid than the Master System version was. I am enjoying this a great deal. It's Spider-Man's evil twin. Crawling on the walls like that. Okay. Now here's where I'm guessing I'm gonna have to fight the big bad, whatever the fuck he is. Oh shit. I guess it's a one-hit death game. I didn't realize that, guys. This might be harder than I thought. Yeah. Oh no, I didn't map it for the one player continue. Or did I? I'm not entirely sure as to what just happened, but I think it may have worked. Whoa. Hold on, guys. I'm persevering. I'm not gonna give up just yet. Anyway. Yes. He is defeated.
Mission 2.
If you were a child of the 80s, I'm telling you right now, this was your shit right here. This game. If you played this as a kid, you had an amazing childhood. How am I supposed to get up there? Oh, like that. Duh. How did I do it so easily before, and now I can't figure it out? And I just died. One player button, continue. Continue. Why? I guess I better map it correctly this time. Make sure I have that button ready. That is a very good question, King Raikou. Why did Sega forsake this franchise? Did I just waste my special attack? Now the control is awkward. Want to fix that. And I forgot to pause it. That was my bad. There we go. Blah. He got me. I can still go to the next stage though, apparently. That's convenient. The only setback that 80s kids would have with this game would have had to spend a lot of coins in the arcade in order to continue and beat this game. Definitely Brick Films. He went on to say because Sega focused all of their efforts on Sonic and abandoned a bunch of their franchises until fairly recently. Oh, that's a decent enough that's a better answer than anything I might have been able to come up with, man. No. Come on, continue. No. The machine for this game confuses me, guys. Like, it tells me to hit the one player button to continue, and I'm doing that. It doesn't tell me whether I'm supposed to hit the one player button or the one player start. It's like, because I'm trying both, and neither one of them are working, I don't think. So I don't know if there's like a flaw with the game file or what, but I guess that was kind of a bust. Yes, King Raikou, I did push every button on the controller. Like, nothing worked. I guess I'll have to look into the emulation and everything, see if I can figure out what the issue is. Until next time, guys. Even so, guys, it's getting to be about that time anyway that, you know, I'm getting tired and everything, and so is my voice, and I want to get going. But I want to say thanks to each and every one of you who showed up and watched me attempt to stream Shinobi for all of you guys. A little bit on the Master System and a little bit on MAME. Hopefully I'll be able to sort out whatever's going on with that emulation for the MAME version to see if I can, you know, maybe I can stream the game later on in another stream, and, you know, we won't have those problems next time. So anyway, it was great hanging out with all of you. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Thanks for supporting my channel. And as always, peace and thanks for watching. Take it easy, guys. This is David or G320 or whatever the fuck you want to call me, signing out.